This is Paul Adamson, editor of eSharp magazine, and I'm here with Danny Boyle.
From the Olympics.
Danny, exactly. The president of the Employers Federation of Ireland. Okay. Danny, we are here to talk about, first of all, the general election in Ireland, the uncertainty that came out of that. As we speak, the composition of the government is still unknown. How important is that uncertainty for the business community?
Well, look, clearly business doesn't like uncertainty, but I think the way to read the Irish election is not so much as in the European context. We haven't seen a lurch to the left. It's really centre parties who are trying to get over historical positions, and I think we will have a stable government. It may take us a little while, might be a month, but the business community goes on. The Irish situation is that the outgoing government stays in place till there is a new administration. So it's a functioning economy, very certain for investment still. So we're not that worried about it.
Well, since you mentioned the outgoing government, the Taoiseach, the Irish Prime Minister, Enda Kenny, as we speak, has expressed grave concern about the prospect of the UK leaving the European Union in the referendum coming up in later this year. What's your view about the UK referendum?
Well, I think for all the member states, I think Ireland is so connected to the UK. We certainly share a landmass with Northern Ireland, but our business communities are very entwined. We've both followed the same model of globalisation, and I think that a Europe without Britain will be very damaging to all member states, but Ireland in particular. So we're really keen that Britain stays in. I think it'll be a very strong partner, and also in our generation, Britain is likely to become the biggest economy in Europe, and that's a very important aspect for the Irish business community, having that kind of proximity and ease of access to trade.
Well, hearing that, do you have any views about whether the Irish business world, as well as the British business world, should get involved in some shape or form in the campaign, or would you rather stay back for fear of your efforts being seen as counterproductive?
Well, not so much counterproductive. It clearly is a decision for the British people, because it's more than just about the economy. It's about the relationships of society, bonds around defence and so on. So the business community have one angle on that debate, and so I think it's proper that the business community steps up there. Our colleagues in the CBI will certainly lead that, and any support we can give them, because a lot of Irish companies have significant employment in the UK and they can communicate to their workers. But it's a sovereign decision, but I do think business should stand up and inform people, because in the absence of that, and we know this from all kinds of things, from TTIP and others, that vacuum gets filled by somebody, and often with very ignorant comment.
And one final question. I can imagine you and your colleagues being very optimistic about the future of the economy in Ireland, because you're such a success story. But the rest of the European economy, are you optimistic for the rest of the European economy in the next few years?
I am. I'm very optimistic, and I think that today's event, Business Europe, have really shown that innovation and that technological advance that Europe can bring to global matters, I think, is really evident. I'm really excited that Europe is now on the cusp of something great. If we hang together, I think that we will continue to be the biggest economy in the world, and businesses will not just thrive here on domestic markets, but internationally. So I'm very upbeat.
Danny, thank you very much for your time.